as you guys all know, when you get something new, the instrument affects your voice. And if there's anything we all want to get out of as we're developing as players and we're getting our playing together, it's developing this identity and this sound. And like part of someone like Richie, which makes it awesome, is he has this voice. When you hear it, you know it's Richie Kotzen. And his drummers, like, you know, it's like we can, you know, I know when it's JR. I know I can hear JR Robinson. I can hear a Jet Picaro thing. I can hear a Vinny thing. That is like the greatest place you could ever get to is when you have a voice and like, you know, like when it's all of a sudden like do that thing. And you know, that's one of the things that I've been working on my playing, and the gear is changing that, because it's like when you get that new instrument that you find I can really speak through this, and so I'm excited. But with touring, a lot of the times, like, you know, the logistics of it means that we can't always take our gear. So like I always call it a golf game. It's like, you know, you kind of play it where it lies, and you know, you can get frustrated with it, and you can get upset, and like, you know, because like I said, it's your voice. But you know, like tonight I got to drive the van on the racetrack. You know, it's, you know, you just have to adjust. And so like I had the 12 by 9 out when we started Richie's clinic. You know, and like, it sounds stupid, that 1 extra inch was freaking me out, and it wasn't dead enough. So it's like, all right, screw it, put a 10. You know, and if that doesn't work, take it down. I'll play the whole gig with kick, snare, and hi-hats. Because to me, it's not about the drums. It's about the song. And I feel that even with those voicings, you know, with those particular tonalities, we can still make the song work, and I can still make Richie's songs work and get the point across. Because that's the one thing we need to. You guys all in bands? Cool. And do you guys do freelance work? Play like different gigs around and stuff? Yeah, you know, and that's the world I come from. I'm not a band guy. Like, I can't tell you the last time I was in a band and like, you know, was, you know, that's special. That's really cool. But I kind of come from the kind of guys that were very functional musicians. You know, it's cool that we get to do a lot of cool creative things, but we also, you know, our job is to come in and assess a situation and protect people's music. You know, it's all a business of safety. And so the first thing you have to do, in my opinion, to get yourself at a point to be a really supportive player, you know, as a drummer, is remove yourself from the fact that the drums are, like, you know, what you do and what you play personally is the forefront. What you do and what you play should always just be serving the vocal and serving the lyric. Like, I know so many musicians, especially sideman musicians, where it's, you're doing a million gigs, and like, you know, that it's real easy to forget that like someone's trying to say something. You know, that like, you know, there's a story going on. So, you know, you want to be supportive of that. That's even like you see with Richie, how like we'll drop down quietly. It's not just a game. It's getting to a point to where the audience can hear what's going on. So you've got to be behind the drums or behind any instrument, dictating your decisions of like what's important right now and figuring out how you can play a supportive role. It doesn't mean you can't be creative. It doesn't mean that you're not being musical, because that's another thing that comes up a lot. They're like, oh, you're just playing simple shit. They think that, you know, like, well, it's like, well, no, like oftentimes, 99% of the time, the simple shit is what makes you musical. Yes. And you know, that's when, you know, those are the guys I want to play with, you know. And if you guys are in bands, the most important thing about a band is you got to care about each other, which means you're listening to everything that's happening around you. And if you're in a great band, you love everything that's happening around you. So, you know, when you're playing, you got to play in a manner, in a position that you can hear everything. You know, like I don't care, you know, how I sound, but to me, the most exciting element of playing a gig is like hearing everyone around me. Like, you know, I'm at the show too at that point. So, you know, it's just as entertaining and fun for me. And you know, the cool part about being a working professional musician is the fact that you get to play with awesome players all the time, and you know, and that's the learning, and that's the fun. You see everyone's personality.